Recently, I attended a web technology session conducted by my seniors, and in this video, I'm going to share about what I learned on HTML, CSS, and how websites actually work. So, if you are a beginner or a college student starting web development, I hope this will be very useful to you. So, what are web technologies? So, web technologies are tools and programming languages which are used to build websites and web applications. And in web technologies, the main three components are HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So, for example, take a page. So, in that page, HTML helps you give the structure of it, how everything is written and how everything is going to work. And next, CSS, it gives the design. Like for example, if you return the text, it will be in black color. So using CSS, you can change the background color or the text color or the size and everything. And JavaScripts add interactivity, like uh, clicking buttons, going to different pages and everything. So together they form the foundation of modern internet. So, what is a web page and what is a website? So, web page is a single page, just a single page like about yourself or a contact page. Whereas website is a collection of multiple web pages connected together. So, for example, a portfolio website may have a home page about yourself and about the projects you have done, and the contact page where you can be contacted. So basically, web page is just a single page, whereas website is a collection of multiple web pages. So next, what are the types of websites? So there are two types of websites. First, we have static websites. So in static websites, we have fixed content. Like for example, static means just something that is already been done, and the content does not change unless the developer of the website edits the code. Whereas secondly, we have dynamic websites. So these websites are interactive and connected to some databases where data is stored and it is retrieved to according to our purpose. So for example, logging into your Google account, it can be said as a dynamic website, and attendance systems, marks portals, etc. So in dynamic websites, the flow works like user gives some data, the server processes it, and database checks the data, and it gives you two responses. Either the response is that you have given the correct data, or you did not give the correct data. It will show an error. So this is how login systems work. So next, we have uh, a small page about HTML. So what is HTML? So HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It is the full form of HTML. So what does HTML do? It is used to create the basic structure of a web page, and it was created by Tim Berners-Lee. So the current version we use is HTML5. Since HTML from 1 to 4, we can't use any audio or video files, whereas the HTML5 is the bare minimum in which we can use audio or video files. And in HTML, we use tags like h1, h2, h3, h4, h5, and h6. So for headings, we use h and the number. And in HTML, we have only headings from h1 to h6, and p for paragraphs, table for tables, and many more. So HTML does not design tables, but it only structures it. So what is the basic structure of HTML? So every HTML page starts with a document type. Then we have the HTML tag. So inside this HTML tag, we have two main sections. One section is head section, where the title and metadata are written or stored. Whereas the body section, this is the second section where the data you will be presented. So for example, H1 is used for headings and P is used for paragraphs. This forms the skeleton of any web page. So next we can see what are HTML tables. So you know what a table is. Normally it has these headings, rows and columns. So HTML tables are used to display some structured data like maybe student name, student marks, student attendance, etc. So to make a table in HTML, you need tags like table, table head, table body, table rows, table headings, and table data. So these are the important tags which are used to make HTML tables. And going to the next topic, what is CSS? So CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets. It is mainly used to design the web page. Like it controls text color, margins, borders, spacing, layout, and etc. So without CSS, a website looks plain, boring, and unattractive. And in this CSS, we have three types. The first one is inline CSS, where the CSS file is written in the same line as the element, and we have internal CSS, where the CSS code is written inside style tags, and external CSS, where a separate file is created and the CSS code is written there. So mostly nowadays we use external CSS in real projects. So you know that nowadays modern web development is more in action than these all HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So modern web development is divided into three types: front end, back end, and database. So front end is the page which you view when you open a website, and back end is the type of framework which is behind everything, and database is the storage area where data is stored and data is retrieved from. So front end includes HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, and Angular, whereas backend includes Node.js and Express.js, and database includes MongoDB. So there are popular stacks like MERN and MEAN. So MERN stands for MongoDB, Express, React, and Node, and whereas MEAN stands for MongoDB, Express, Angular, and Node. So these are used to build full web applications. So overall, web technologies are the foundation of modern websites. HTML builds the structure, CSS designs it, backend and databases make it functional. So if you're starting web development, learning HTML and CSS is the first step. So thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video. So take care, guys. Bye.